Regime. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to my YouTube, brothers and sisters. Welcome. I was contemplating a video that I was going to do yesterday. Ultimately, I haven't yet put it past my professional Muslim reviewers. I have a team of people who review my material now because I'm a bit too firebrandy. I had a lovely sister and a lovely brother. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome, sister. So I have people who review my material, and my video I was going to upload yesterday is very spicy. So I'm going to do it today during my live. So this was my newspaper from yesterday. It's The Guardian. It refers to as furious grain giants profit from unjust hungry crisis. Now, it's important that I mention this from The Guardian, dated as of yesterday, so those of you who are looking. My point I want to raise is the degeneracy of Western society, especially here in Britain. The importance of this conversation isn't specifically the grain problems. You know, the merchants, money makes the front page. It isn't even the first page. It's the fact they put the little girl on the first page. It's not even on the second page. It's on the third page. Assassins gun down girl 9 at home in a bungled gangland hit in Liverpool. Let me make myself very clear about the degeneracy of the West and why morality has absolutely failed secular society. We must now accept the fact that the current political system that we live in cannot be absolutely guaranteed. Can everyone hear me okay? African sister, my voice isn't that bad. You're not having problems with communication. I'm concerned that my phone might have issues when it starts trying to talk. Everyone can hear me okay, yeah? Appreciate if anybody's in the live to actually communicate that my volume's okay, etc. So I'm not using ear mics today. I'm deliberately trying to avoid them. So the degeneracy in the West is at such a prolific issue, such a monolithic problem, that we now need to consider our steps forward as Muslims. That we need to start now speaking up on morality. We know why. It's got to the point where the woke and radical left are so deranged now that can we really afford to side with them in political conversation? Because traditionally, especially here in the UK, the Muslim community votes Labour alongside all the other lunatics that we physically have in Western society alongside them. Can we continually abate and justify that? Because as much as I dislike the Islamophobia and the psychotic mistreatment of our Muslim brothers and sisters inside the Tory party currently, are they the lesser evil now instead of Labour? And that's the fundamental question I want to ask you. Because with such a degeneracy inside of society now, can we really afford to side with an organisation that aids and abets absolute social fitna? Because that's what it is. It is absolute fitna. There is no question, no ifs, no buts, no maybes, that almost all of the left-wing material of today's society is incredibly psychotic, self-destructive, family self-destructive, sociologically self-destructive. And we have to ask ourselves from a morality point of view, can we really be an association towards the Labour Party when they aid and abet this type of lunacy? And that's fundamentally what this live is about today, because I want to ask the question of you, my viewers, my beautiful subscribers, my brothers and sisters, can we, here specifically in Britain, afford to continually align ourselves with a party that is now more, in my opinion, you prove me if I'm wrong, more degenerate than the Tory party? It's a fundamental question, because we are a people of morality. The Quran and the Sunnah give us our morality. Can we, when we pick political points of view, vote for the lesser evil and consider Labour the lesser? Is Labour the lesser evil anymore? Because from a morality point of view, I don't agree. I don't think the Labour is the lesser evil. And I don't think they've been the lesser evil now for a long time. People are unwilling to acknowledge the incredible levels of fitna that exists in the radical far left, and they do influence Western media, social, economical. I mean, the prospects that children are coming forward ask, are they a boy or a girl? Like a famous Orthodox priest said in one of his speeches, I think it was several months ago, about an 11-year-old angel. Beautiful, beautiful speech. Keeps getting wiped off of social media. I'd love to find it and actually post it and give my thoughts on it. But Islamically, can we continually afford to be a part of that left bloc? We are realistically propping them up. Are they still the lesser evil? So your thoughts and your opinions on whether or not Labour is still the lesser evil and we, the Muslim community, should continually support them here in the UK is something that I fundamentally wanted to hear upon your opinions. And I also wanted to hear what's been going on with you, because it's been a hot minute since we last spoke. I haven't been on one of these lives in quite some time. I've contemplated going out in the garden, but it's a bit wet out there. It's a little bit raining, and the rain's nice. I prefer the bloody rain over sunlight any day of the week, because I'm obviously Irish, I'm white, and I'm Irish, and I don't like the fucking light. I burn. I have to put sunscreen 5000 just to make sure I don't sparkle. And all of my Muslim cousins, all my Muslim brothers are just sat there going, "Are you out of your mind, Sean?" It's not hot. And they step into an English person's house. Where's the aircon? We don't have it. We're a country that's built on brick communities that are designed to insulate heat, not venting out when it's too hot. But yeah, I'm here on today to see what you've all got, what you're going on. African sister, if you're still in the live, how's things with you? Everything peachy? Life treating you well? Audio is perfect. Oh, you're working. I see. So who are the two lovely people that are in my comments right now? Birdnest, assalamu alaikum. How are you? Finally, someone comes on to talk to me. I'm not just waffling to the community at large. Finally, I actually get to interact with somebody. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. My stupid antics might have probably entertained most of you as it is, and that's generally my goal. If I'm not here to make you giggle, I hope to at least impart what little knowledge I have of the Deen subhanahu wa ta'ala. It irritates me considerably. I'm not seeing your chats come up. All messages. Let's do that. Marvellous. How have you been keeping, Birdnest? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. For the two people that are in my life. I was hoping for a bit more than two today. Oh, now we have three. There's three. We're climbing now. Oh, no, we're back down to two. Guys, I'm more than able and willing to talk to anybody and chat to you at any point, but you need to give me content. You need to feed me. This is a two-way street here, guys. I can't just keep waffling to amuse you unless you're looking at this ugly mug and considering me something worth more than I am. The fitna that's going on in TikTok right now is absolutely absurd. The banning of Andrew Tate was absolutely necessary for the many dangerous ideological things that he spouted, even if he's doing it from a marketeering point of view. Incels could use his material to greatly damage society. You only takes one crazy, loveless incel to take and string together all of Andrew Tate's quotes he's picked up somewhere and go off and stab some innocent young girl. And this is a reality of why we have to be careful to a degree on what we say. There's one thing to articulately disagree with some parts of society. There's another thing to completely and utterly be destructive to society. And what the messages of quite a lot of the... Remember, this is a self-proclaimed super misogynist. A man who says women who are raped have to hold responsibility for their own actions. I'd slap him. I'd slap him if given the chance. I genuinely would slap him because his terminology is so vile. I think it was a justifiable point having him removed. And the way he lured young Muslim men into his comment sections and gave a warped view of Islam through his lenses that these young, impressionable young Muslim men were taking deeply terrified me. Because we have enough problems trying to fend off the fitna of Western society at the best of times that we do not need additional fitna assimilated from people like Andrew Tate, who directly tries to draw our young Muslim brothers and sisters in. I mean, regime. Someone mildly famous with a bit of money comes out and says he's considering Islam, and that's it. There's like 10,000 of you idiots running in that direction. It is an insanity. Not everyone who talks about Islam are supporters of Islam. We have proven that time and time again, and you young boys need to stop. Stop. Think. What is people like Andrew Tate's interest? And this is why I like some of the things that Jordan Peterson does, but I would never call him an ally of the Muslim community. I like some of the contemptible material that he says about when he critiques Western society, even if I completely disagree with his approach to Islam. At no point can you do this. But with Andrew Tate, there is no redeeming feature. He's not some intellectual trying to solve something. He's a greedy, dirty, corrupt human being who lives in a country that he can bribe. And that's why he lives in Romania. Because if he did any of the shit he did in the UK, he'd be arrested. We all know this. And that's why he lives in Romania. You know, he gets to break the law and pay someone to get himself out of it. He's disgusting. Absolutely. This dunya is a paradise to him. This is his reward. But yet we Muslims know this dunya is but temporary, and our Creator is the everlasting afterwards. So it's absurd that you young Muslims would round with your deen, with your soul and that of your place in paradise for someone like Andrew Tate. I should make a video about that very, very nation, I think. I think that's going to be one of my next TikToks. All the Muslims who support Andrew Tate, you're messing with your position in Jahannam. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. The man just makes me want to vomit whenever I see him or even hear of him. To the third person who joined us, because I think I've got Bird Nest and African Sister, would you like to introduce yourself? And assalamu alaikum would be deeply appreciated. Or hello if you're not Muslim. I think I do have some non-Muslims in my community. I even have some detractors who follow me, which is amusing. I was quite amused to find that I have some of my detractors follow my page. It deeply amuses me. They get very, very angry about my jokes, take them very, very seriously, which is funny as hell. I'm sure that's going to bite me in the arse one day, but there you go. That's just the nature of humour. I think most people who know me would know by now. Joe! I do look cleaned up. I do. I took the shave, for many of those who are wondering, because I was going to my sister's wedding. It was a very secular wedding. She's not a very, very religious person. I consider global warming a serious threat to humanity. We need to do more, sister, about caring for our planet. I fundamentally find that the evidence, the scientific evidence in support of global warming is very, very supportive. Topic, Joe, is just a catch up. I'm here to catch up with everyone, have a chat, see how everyone is. It's been a long time. And obviously, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh for all four of you in the chat. The topic, Joe, is whatever you want to talk to me about. You know, fire away. Oh, there's 5 of us. Wow. Assalamu alaikum to number 5. Welcome to number 5. I'm getting the idea of Mumbo number 5 echoing in the back of my mind right now. So no, Joe, the topic is just a catch up. Yes, sister, I'm online. I'm very much online. This is me talking to you live, Anna Dipo. Oh no, I thought you were Bird Nest talking to me. My apologies. Yes, Anna, I'm online. I used to do lives on Thursdays on a regular basis, but I need interaction for me to continue these lives with any real length of time, because I need a backwards and forward. Write down Earth precision. Check it later. Bird nest. I'm very much a skeptic of anyone who says that global warming is a science. There's enough critical evidence for me to very much believe in it, because I'm an incredibly red man. But I'm not skeptical to the point that I won't look. I will give it a look, but I'm not going to hold my breath, sister. Assalamu alaikum. Everyone joining. I fundamentally find that people who deny global warming have another agenda. My question to you, sister, is who wrote that piece? Who wrote those pieces, and what's their agenda? Here, night, 8:30. Oh, where are you, sister? Anna de Paris. Where in the world are you that it's 8:30? Is that Eastern Seaboard America? 2 o'clock. No, it would be early morning in the US, I had thought. I would have thought it would be like coming towards like 3, 4 in the morning in America, or is that the Western Seaboard? I think there's like 8 hours between two sides of America. $8:30. So where are you, Anna? Just curious. Come on, guys. I need a backwards and forwards. I need interaction, conversation. The spaghetti linguist. 26,000 year till. Okay. Oh, you're Indonesia. Wow. I don't know many jinn stories, to be honest, Joe. If you have any, write them. I'll read them out. I'll read that. I'd love to hear people's opinions on jinn stories. I don't have many. The few I do, I don't like to repeat because they're quite scary. Scare the living daylights out of me. Even today. It's quite insane, my most close encounter with ghosts. Salam alaikum, Miyukabaja. Indonesia, sister. A'udhu billah. What's it like living in Indonesia? Anna de Paris. From a Muslim living in Indonesia, what is it actually like? How would you describe your day-to-day life in Indonesia? Would you say it's like any other normal Muslim country? Or how does the Asian lifestyle change how Indonesia? I've always wanted to travel to Indonesia. I'd love to see Jakarta, the capital of Indonesia. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful, largest Muslim country in the world. Magnificent masjids, I've been told, are over there. Some of them quite old as well. I definitely would like to visit Indonesia. I'd like to be able to travel again. This is one of the reasons why I'm considering going into cybersecurity and learning how to ethically hack to financially benefit myself by taking projectable jobs and being able to travel and work from a laptop. I think that would be nice. Definitely. Oh, my knees. My knees are giving me some absolute aggro today. I would have been allowed my shit down. Let's go outside. Let's have a trundle outside. Let's see if we can keep our signal and rumble out the door. Where's my keys? Richard, I'm going to the garden. So let's go out, see if we can go outside. My knees, my knees, my knees. I would have been like my shit on the regime. I was exercising yesterday. I did 35 minutes of skipping and my knees are starting to show the pain. I should have stretched. I didn't stretch. I had a 2-hour live on TikTok yesterday. We still live in the countryside, but we still have more security than you can shake a stick at. Oh, right. Let's have a look. Oh, my camera's front screen is absolutely filthy. Oh. So if anyone's wondering, just so you're all aware, that is my motorcycle. I know there isn't much to look at, but that is my motorcycle. Just because many people have asked before in the past what my motorcycle looks like. Oh, my knees, my knees, my knees, my knees. God damn it, my knees. Oh, I'm getting old. I'm starting to feel it too. Oh, astaghfirullah. Oh, let's get shit down. Oh, we are. Whoa. Now we're out in somewhere a little bit more natural, less cramped up. But yeah, so from a fundamental point of view, I fundamentally stand by my approach that is the radical left worthy of being considered the lesser evil. Politically speaking, I find it incredibly intrinsic that we need to reassess our position in society and our sociological norms. Are we right in constantly maintaining our position amongst the leftists? Is Labour the right position for us here in the UK? Is maintaining the left wing when we don't have Muslim majority parties the right position for us to hold? When you take into account the incredible level of fitna that exists in the left, that the left is now the single greatest benefactor of fitna to the Muslim world. That, you know, I'm fuck it, I'm just going to say it, the transes, the transable, the transracial, this is the lunacy that they exist now, you know. And we're not even going to get into the fruity squad, you know, or the fruity mafia and their undeniable desires. And this is one of the fundamental problems we have in Western society, is desire takes over that of deen. And our young Muslims are constantly... I wouldn't even be on TikTok if there wasn't such a massive Muslim population on it. I wouldn't. I would not physically be on TikTok if it didn't have such a huge Muslim community, that I'm concerned about the amount of fitna that exists throughout it. And the amount of liberal Muslims that are on TikTok. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. I mean, there was this one sister who could tell she lives in America, and I'm not trying to chuck shades at any of my American Muslim brothers, sisters, but she clearly lives in America, and she says it's not haram to be gay. Yeah, no, you heard me. This sister, rather infamous sister on TikTok, said it is not haram to be gay. I mean, I would have been lama shit done. You can't even make this shit up. And then we've got mass takfiras as well. Another absolute and total crackpot who has not the mentality to rub two sticks together when it comes towards understanding. He's like a mouthpiece. He spews words that scholars have said based around certain situations that involves them specifically maintaining on an individualistical level, and then he extrapolates it to attack entire fucking groups. It's mad. It's absolute madness. And it deeply disturbs me, especially when it comes towards things like that. Brother Haroon is alive online. Human burger. Human burger. How is that human burger? It's not that fast. If not, no. If known liars come to us with news, always, well, yes and no. Double check it all, in my opinion, when it involves liars, sister. What I would do is I would take their information on face value. I would take it all entirely on face value. Brother Hoon. So, I mean, motorbike, wet roads, human burger, extra ketchup mayo. Ketogenic chambers are thawing because heat wave. Because of heat wave, many wandering around aimlessly. I mean, from my point of view, sister, I think global warming is real. I think it has human interaction. I think society needs to acknowledge that we need to do more. We need to get off petrol. These problems are only going to get exacerbated as time goes on, as the scientists have told us. And have I met Yusuf Chambers? No, I don't. I'm not in person. I've met very few Muslims in person, especially involving those online. I am intending to take a trip to Birmingham at some point soon-ish. Probably this month coming, I think I'm going to go. Assalamu alaikum. Denzel player. That means hello, if you're wondering. Welcome to my live. So yeah, I'm going to be taking a trip to Birmingham, I think. Spend some time around the Birmingham mosques. I think I'm only going to do it as a day trip, though, because finding accommodation is expensive. But I could probably find rustle up a brother who could chuck down a rug for me for an overnight if I was going to stay. But I don't want to burden anybody. And I think that's a very keen Muslim thing, is not burdening your brothers when you travel around the Muslim community. I know who you are. I'm well aware who you are. You're my walking fitna. My brother from another mother. I love you for the sake of Allah. Do you keep in contact with Sahil by any chance, Ahmed? I think he's married these days. I'm not sure. Our crazy UAE friend. I haven't seen him in such a long time. I haven't spoken to him. Sahil, yeah, you know who I'm talking about. I haven't spoken to him in absolute ages. I'm wondering if you keep in contact. He hasn't messaged me. I haven't spoken to him. I don't even know if he's still on any app, to be honest. I always wonder how he is. Ahmed, you are aware that someone I haven't spoken to as well. I haven't spoken to damn. I ain't chatted to him in time. Best. The Irish Muslim looks like crew from a ship. I just wanted to put my Palestinian headscarf on today. I thought it was just Cyrus. Cyrus is in the house. The original OG. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Now that has made my fucking day. Cyrus is on my live. That is something else. Brother, we really should do a YouTube live together at some point. I would absolutely love that. No distractions. None of these TikTok fucking moderators. Yeah, I do. Yeah, thank you, brother. We would, so where we could seriously sit down and talk proper Muslim topics and not have the fucking moderators breathing down our necks. I would love that. We got to arrange that sometime, Cyrus. Seriously, an actual live debate between me and you, talking about Muslim and men issues, and that walking, talking fitna, Andrew fucking Tate. I'm sorry, brother. I know I shouldn't swear, and for all my sisters and brothers that are here, but he makes my skin crawl. Yeah, but Ahmed, you're just Ahmed. Did he invent cryogenics? I don't know, sister. Yeah, no, it's absolutely wild, brother. It is wild. Cyrus, it's no. Andrew, Ahmed, if I was in Birmingham right now, I would slap the crap out of you. Oh, the Balama Shaitana regime. I don't see your comments. I do not see your comments and ignore them. Andrew Tate is walking fitna. You're just a long friend, so I tolerate your garbage. Oh, Ahmed, man. Fuck it, boy, you need to smack up. You do not know how incredibly dangerous the shit that comes out of his mouth is. You have no idea. Only takes a handful of incels. Andrew Tate makes my blood boil. That man needs to jog. If he was talking about Western material, I wouldn't give a damn about him. No, I do not take his videos out of context. That man has talked so badly and verbally abused women, even feminist women, so badly that an incel could string his shit together and murder someone, Ahmed. Let us be fairer. Now that I'm on my own YouTube page and we can have this conversation about Andrew Tate, if his material could be used as murder material by incels, okay? Incels don't need much triggering at the best of fucking times. And for someone like Andrew Tate to spew that much vileness across the internet is beyond disgusting. Yes, brother, my email is on my YouTube. And if it's not, I'll send you a TikTok message later. Oh, come on, Ahmed, you're going to start talking. That charity's only recently been mentioned, because they're hemorrhaging of political and economical support he's been getting, because of the mass bans, because there aren't people that are now going to be funneled into his pyramidical schemes. Don't get me started. That's a cynical ploy to make money by making it look like he's more humane. Corporations do that all the time. I'm not bought by that. A'udhu billah minash shaitanir regime. And you're so easily led astray by that kind of garbage, Ahmed. I really do love you, but you really are quite daft when it comes to people like Andrew in Tate. Oh, that's just, no, go away. Go, Ahmed. Ooh, I love you, but damn, brother. No, incels are insane, Cyrus. There have been insane, incels have murdered people. Incels are absolutely fucking insane, brother. They've talked about killing people. They've talked about revolution. If you've ever seen the inside of an incel chat room, they are ghoulishly terrifying things to listen. Okay, so you prefer him over the other extremists. Fair enough. But I still think he's disgusting. Okay? He is on the same level as Mahdi. You know, that nutcase we drove off TikTok months and months ago. Years ago now, in fact. Absolute lunatic. Just as bad. Just as vile, disgusting human being. No. Incels. Incel culture, brother. You need to look up the conversation of incel culture and read some of the exposed chat rooms in their conversations. There's several research papers on them. Absolutely fucking terrifying creatures. Talking about mass gang raping white girls, restoration of the white race. They're an incel groups mixed between psychopathic genocidal racism into rape culture. Literally, absolute off their trolleys. Most incels are white young men, completely and utterly off their trains in all possible capacities, Cyrus. Like they're a subculture of a cultural group. They're insane, absolutely barking up the tree. But I'm serious, brother. Do a little bit of research in it. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like people have grassed up their chat rooms before. Like there's what is it? Some of the war fronts. They have their own chat boxes in places online, and several of them have been exposed for it. Things like I don't think it's Fortnite. I think it's some of the older games like Fortnite. Dan Ahmed probably would tell you what the type of games that incels would normally ferment. But those chat rooms are vile, unbelievable reading material. Incels are dangerous. People don't underestimate how incredibly psychotic incels are. The material I've read, brother, is eye-opening, like can-openingly eye-opening stuff. The kind of stuff I would never ever let my son anywhere near. The shit that comes out of their mouth. Like they talk about using hotels and drawing 13 to 15-year-old white girls into them in mass breeding programs and literally mass sterilizing and mass genital mutating any kind of non-white people. These are the kind of conversations that incel communities have. And that's just the highlights I'm giving you. Like they talk in depth about how they would do these things. It's beyond crazy. I swear to Allah subhanahu, I'm not making this stuff up. It's not even. The people don't realize how people talk about incels like oh, they're just the crazy virgins who occasionally spout. You see some of the dark literature that involves incels, and you're like, damn! Now we know where Hitler came from. Hitler would, in a modern society, Hitler would be a leader of an incel group. He'd be the chat room leader of an incel group. That's the best description I can give you for incels. that Adolf Hitler would be one of their leaders in today's society. They are off the train. Because there's various grades of incels, admittedly. So I am likely talking about the worst type, but there are lesser forms of incels that are only just screaming that all women should be raped, etc., and all the other vile stuff that comes out of them. Then there is the really dark, planning on how they would take over a country if they had the military, considering themselves as big speakers, making themselves like they would rally military personnel, etc. And then they would go into ethnic cleansing, and they go into in-depth conversation about this. Oh, it's absolutely vile material, brother. It pops the eyes out of you, seriously. It really does. You'd sit there and go, human beings think like that. You'd be like, oh, the Billah, Shaitan regime. But they are a tiny minority, and let me be very, very clear about that. They are an incredibly tiny minority. The incel community is a subsection of the xenophobic racists, if I think I'm right. So they're already a subsection of another subsection of the incel community is attached to one of them. I don't remember exactly which one they're attached to, but I know the incel community is attached to another community. So these aren't a big amount of writers, but the people who support Andrew Tate amongst the white Western sociological ideology tends to hit the parameters of incels, which is quite terrifying from what I know from incel culture, subculture. It's quite terrifying. I've even read that stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? So from the Western men that are drawn to him, they hit the psychological parameters of what psychologists would say are normal incels, which is insane, which is absolutely insane. And I fundamentally find anybody who's engaging in that kind of mentality, that if you hit that benchmark, that is incredibly dangerous in any way, shape or form, especially, and for young Muslims to then be drawn into that. You see, Ahmed, I'm not saying what Andrew Tate himself said was directly derogatory in every aspect. What I'm saying is the conversations that go on Andrew Tate's page, the incredible levels of toxicity of those who support Andrew Tate and the ones that they draw to their page are extremely dangerous. And young Muslims aren't just going to flock to these pages and say, oh, I agree with that, and then move on. They flock to those pages, they then go down the comment sections, they then engage in these incel community conversations about women, and then they are dragged away from their deen by the virtue of who they are mixing with. Show me your 5 friends, I will show you who you are. Yeah? And this is a very critical point of view, because I fundamentally find I find my companionship online with people like Cyrus, who is one of those very human, beautiful souled people who cares about his sisters a great deal. Another one is Mabel Mecca. Another one is yourself. Do you know what I'm saying? Collectively put together your 5 online friends, and that will tell you your mental capacity. And this is why Andrew Tate and those of the messages being spouted by him, by the incel community online, are so incredibly dangerous, because it isn't necessarily the message that's being spread, it's what's going on in those comment sections that people do not yet understand how incredibly fucking dangerous the conversations are being had. If the benchmark was, I picked you up by your titty, you 365-pound woman, and this is a quote, don't misquote me, you fuckers, online. If I pick you up by your titty, quoting Andrew Tate, and slammed you into the floor, then if that's the basis of the original quotation, you go down the comment section. The benchmark, the starting conversation that you're having, started with Andrew Tate claiming that, and then going downwards. And this is an incredibly dangerous position to hold. Excuse me, my apologies. The whole pronupsis of that conversation is incredibly dangerous. But people don't seem to understand the detrimental effect of this material grievance, that people move downwards in their communicational abilities through that comment section. So you're starting on a weak position anyway with Andrew Tate's disgusting comments. Or let's take another one of Andrew Tate's comments about quoting that a woman should take responsibility for her being, I mean, even on YouTube, I'm not prepared to use that word. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel quite a lot more freer in that word. We have no counterbalance for our men. That's the whole point. We need a counterbalance, brother. This is why people like you speaking out in public are in these public spaces is absolutely critical. You are a counterbalance to much of this fitna that's out there. That you calling on young men to be more responsible. And you do need, the faster my platform grows, I'm going to drag you up, brother. Believe me. And I know many young boys and young Muslims find me funny. And the more of my next to humour to common sense that I continue to ratio, as my platform grows, I'm pulling you with me. Because you are absolutely necessary. I am articulated and intelligent enough to know, don't, YouTube will flag you. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, brother. That's why I don't even use that word, relatively speaking. So it's an archetypical point of view in the conversation of how destructively spoken out Andrew Tate's material is. And when you start those 60-second clips on YouTube or on TikTok, the comment section's benchmark does not benchmark from a good position. The starting point is the conversation above. And that's how their mentality is as they enter these chat rooms. And then our young Muslim boys are entering these chat rooms. And into these chat rooms that they are then digressing and conversing over this incredibly vile, disgusting fitna. How far can you go when you're starting in a 60-second clip of Andrew Tate making statements like that? We do need to carry it. Absolutely. No, completely. And that's one of these reasons why I'm starting to talk up more about it. Because I see that there has to be a sensible male voice on these matters. And much like yourself, my beautiful brother Cyrus, you know, you are right. The banner for men needs to be taken forward. It needs to be spoken about. And I'm more than happy to address men's issues. And I think it's something we all need to hold ourselves more acronymically accountable for. But with the articulation and intelligence to drive ourselves forward without attacking and hating women. There's one thing to disagree with misandrists, and to be fair, I will bluntly say I hate misandry. I think it's vile. I've got no... Yeah, no, brother. And with the rise of the Tates, you know, the Tates and their fanboys, we need to steal the thunder out from underneath them. Now he's gone. Now his legs have been kicked out from him. We should take the initiative. When are you available for another live, brother? We should have a chat about this. We should collaborate on a live. I'm thinking, when are you next available, Cyrus? Yeah, intellectual conversation without the hatred. Absolutely. I think we should put together ourselves and promote a live between the two of us, talking about men's issues and why Andrew Tate is wrong. I think that'll make a good TikTok live. I would be Lama Shaitana regime. We should get all the incels in. Beat them back, vile human beings. I really is the little Tateites are terrified of me, constantly attacking me at any time they get the chance, brother. But nearly 45 minutes. I think I'm going to call that a rather decent YouTube live for today. I think close to 45 minutes is pretty good. Yeah, I think that sounds like a plan. A Friday live on Men Being Silent. What time frame are you? Because you live in. Are you US or are you Caribbean, brother? Because you're not UK, are you? UK time. I'm just curious to know what time frame you're in, because then I could link up with you. Come on, do your live and have a conversation. Why is my phone not responding? So you're planning for a Friday. So if your time zone is US, Friday, Friday evening for you? Oh, you're in Canada currently, EST. Fantastic. So that's not that vast, but that's still quite a decent time. 5 hours behind. Good afternoon. Who is that? I can't read that name tag. My apologies. Shanzi? Is it Shazzy? Yeah, it's about 5 hours behind, which is cool, because if you want to come in the afternoon on Friday, that means it's only night time for me, so that's not a massive risk. Good time for me on a Friday is this Friday. I'm going to be out of the house past 8 o'clock from me, which genuinely Shahamad, lovely to speak to you. It's probably going to be 8 o'clock from me after Friday is, if we say 10 o'clock, so 5 o'clock your time Friday, brother. Any time after 5 o'clock your time Friday, I think will be the best option for me. And then give me a buzz when you're basically coming live and I'll jump on with you. So if we say 5 o'clock, 5 o'clock Canadian time Friday, I think is the best option for me. And barring that, my beautiful people, I think I'm going to skadoodle. I've already been on here now for nearly 45 minutes. Sounds great. All right then, my brother. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Shamazan, I'm sorry you came to the end of my live. It would have been lovely to have you on earlier. It's been a long time since we spoke, I think. Yeah, it has definitely been a long time since we spoke. And I will speak to everyone soon. The light is starting to blind me. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How do I? There we go.